any luck? Mr. Rob might seem a bit cold and standoffish.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Trueborn JP3 stream. I said we're going to be back. I told you guys, there's too much content here, and it needs attention. Kiba, you softer than usual? You gave him a shower? No. Alright, sorry about that. Got a little derailed there. But we are back in some Zenless Zone Zero, and thanks to Kiva being extra soft for no reason right now, that kind of threw me off the rails. We are back mainly because Lucia has a side story that we need to get into, and trust me, I will get into it, because there are some resources that can be replenished here. Actually, now that I look at it. Okay, so you get her story, and then her challenges come out after that. Alright. I got worried for a second. And then we're going to figure out what this Times-Worn Hills Explorer Guide is, because I'm thinking it's just another hollow dungeon, which I might be on to something, because after I left last time, I checked out Aerospace City, and, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to check that out, too. So, to get this thing all started, I already did a micromanaging, so you don't have to worry about seeing that again. I don't have full stamina, and my guest here is going crazy again. So you don't have to worry about checking that out, but I might have to hit up the farm for Lucia, but let's go ahead and jump into this thing. There's not really much stopping us. Yeah, I'm not going to check my clock in or anything. I'm going to wait a little bit later until that resource is maxed out. Dang, we only have one more left. Calm down. Tales of the Dreamless. Let's get into it. Weiss, Lucia says she needed to see you, but knowing her schedule, she probably won't be here for a while. She wants to play the part of Belle. Then I'll take the chance to get some sleep. And Belle, you should get some sleep now. Weiss, are you sure you're not actually Are you sure you're not actually an old man in disguise? It's way too early for sleep. Alright, I'm going to bed. If you and Lucia run into anything fun, you better tell me about it. Right? Sure enough, before long, someone came knocking on the room window. Sound just like that. At this hour, it could only be
Wise? I knew you'd still be up.
Yep, I'm still up. I'm just not an early sleeper.
Perfect. Anyway, the reason I'm bugging you at this hour is I was hoping you could help me with something. Lately, my ethereal research has been like a Tarrasque mixer trying to get through the old metro tunnel in Cretan Hollow. Completely stuck.
That's rough. How were things going before you hit the bottleneck?
It was going pretty well, I guess. I had this plan to turn our lawn into pedal sofas for holo camping, and I tried to figure out how the traffic lights on Fawn worked. Oh, do you happen to know, if you tie both ends of a Spectre's cloak into a knot, how does it keep floating?
Wait, Lucia. Where are all these research ideas even coming from?
What do you mean, where? From the hollows, of course. Just walk on in, run into a couple of ethereals, and boom! Research inspiration! But I'll admit, these ordinary inspirations are just not enough.
The inspirations are not enough? Or should I be asking, what about the other ideas you had before?
Roxy, could it be you haven't read any of my posts on Spook Shack? I guess the titles of my posts haven't been catchy enough. If I can't come up with something as attention-grabbing as the fiery serpent, then no matter how many times I write about blast crawlers, people are just gonna get bored and lose their interest in the forum. And when that happens, where can I find leads on the night horror?
What's a night horror? Some rare ethereal you're interested in?
Well, it's kind of a long story. For now, think of it as an ethereal. An ethereal that can enter people's dreams and talk to them. Wait, Roxy, do you think ethereals can communicate with humans?
I suppose it's not impossible. If we could really communicate... no, I'm not using an Arlon sofa.
I know what you mean, Proxy. Normally, I'd say this is just baseless speculation and leave it at that. But right now, I've got the perfect research subject in mind. Let's head out now! Before diving into the hollow, we have to make a stop at Fluffy.
Why do you want to visit Fluffy first?
Oh, I'm going to buy a toy.
You're buying a toy? Since when did you have a pet?
Not yet, actually. But I know Chestnut's gonna be the goodest pup.
I see. You're thinking of using the toy to get the puppy's attention.
Yes!
Wait, then why can't we do it after we're finished with our business in the hollow?
Alright, and until my guest kind of controls herself, I'm going to be on mute for a little bit, so bear with me, guys. Don't worry, once we get that squared away, I'll be back on with the commentary, but for right now, I'm going to go on mute for a little while.
Hey there! Welcome in! Looking for something special today?
If I want a little doggy to come up to me on her own, what should I get?
Honestly, you don't need to buy anything to get close to a pup. Genuine kindness, some patience, and a little passion. That's all it takes to win a puppy's heart. It's true!
Well, if Fluffy's shopkeeper says so, then it's gotta be true. Plus, Karen herself is... yeah, I trust her.
No. I'm not saying I don't believe it. It's just... Chestnut's a very particular little pup.
I understand. I've met lots of special needs pups. Some were abandoned, some have been on their own since they were born. If you want to gain their trust, it will take a longer time. Let me think. What about this? A brand new line of treats for puppies! I packed it with all sorts of delicious jerky. They're super yummy. No pup can resist it.
Karen leans in for a sniff as she introduces the treats. Achoo!
Sorry, the smell got me.
That's okay. But, I don't think Chestnut would like this. Chestnut is, a bit of a picky eater.
I see. Then maybe you want to give this one a go. Our most popular toy. It's a battery-powered bird that flaps like the real thing. Our kitties and puppies go nuts for it.
This looks great! But is it sturdy enough?
I'm afraid not. It's actually designed more for cats, and it's built to be lightweight, so I wouldn't call it sturdy. It should work for smaller dogs, though.
Chestnut's a big girl, with a big girl attitude.
Oh, that might not work then. Let me think. Oh, if you don't mind something a little old school, we do have another toy for bigger pups. It's actually more of a pillow. It doesn't have any bells or whistles, but it's really sturdy and great for gnawing. It's also infused with a calming scent to help soothe anxious pups. People can't really smell it, but dogs usually like it a lot.
Oh, this is adorable! Though, I'm not sure if Chestnut would care much about the scent with her sense of smell.
Based on what you said, Lucia, Chestnut is a big girl who doesn't eat much, has a weak sense of smell, and a bit of a temper? That sounds a little weird.
What's weird about that? Every puppy's different. Chestnut's just got her own little quirks.
It's an ethereal.
I'll take this one, please.
Sturdy little cushion. It's a turkey leg.
You got it. Hope it helps you bond with that special little pup of yours.
Oh, it definitely will.
Lucia takes the cushion Karen recommended, then rushes off towards the hollow. Better catch up quick. Yeah, this should be fine. You know, if I maybe have Monado, I'll probably team him up, but I don't. So yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I know how to use this character for the most part. So basic attack uses the meter, while ES attacks build it up. I got that part.
Let me think. All right, let's head that way.
The only thing I'm unsure of her, with her is what is her ultimate doing? But since I have the character, I'm sure I'll learn that over time.
Huh? Isn't that...
I knew it.
Strange. This place was nice and quiet last time I was here.
Nice and quiet? You mean there weren't this many ethereals here before?
Not exactly. But the ethereals here were always pretty chill. They hardly ever gather like this.
What do you mean by chill?
They're savers! Thanatos Sun! My turn now. The ending's already written.
Thank goodness you guys are here. I was this close to being killed. That sneaky little hottie totally set me up.
Huh?
Been there before.
Which hottie are you talking about? Among the pack of ethereals that surrounded you, I didn't see any.
Oh, maybe you didn't see it. There was a smaller hottie, just about waist high. That one right there. It lured me all the way here and got me ambushed by all those ethereals.
Never heard of anything like that before. An ethereal pulling tricks on people? How did it trick you?
It ran ahead like it wanted me to chase it, you know?
That's pretty weird.
It's not that weird. You young folks shouldn't underestimate how crafty those things can be.
You young.
No, I mean, you are pretty weird, mister. In the Hollow, most people run away from ethereals. That little hot tea from earlier, if you want to dodge it, it'd be easier than a Thanatos dodging a blast crawler. Why did you even chase it?
I didn't chase it. Look, I was minding my own business in the Hollow, and that hottie ran at me out of the blue, with a whole pack of ethereals behind it to ambush me.
Now that's interesting. I've only heard of symbiotic ethereals in Hollow Zero being able to command other ethereals. Maybe that little hottie has what it takes to be the next Nineveh.
I don't get what you're on about. You run into ethereals in the Hollow, you eliminate them. That's just the way it is. Instead of taking down that ethereal, you're now blaming me? That is just absurd.
Sir, my friend is just trying to understand what happened between you and those ethereals. If we don't know what we're dealing with, we might wind up in the same trouble you did.
You?
Frustrated by the questions from Lucia that he couldn't answer, the investigator snaps and storms off. What a child.
Roxy, do you think I'm absurd too?
Yeah, in a good way, honestly.
You've always been a little absurd, haven't you? Sorry, that was a bad joke. What I mean is, ethereals are dangerous, sure, but people can be too.
Exactly.
I don't think you're wrong for being cautious.
Ah! I knew it! Wise, we're totally in sync. Like how Ahriman and Spectre always find each other in the dark. Plus, that investigator earlier was quite the weird one. I mean, that's the first time I've ever heard anyone accuse Chestnut of hurting someone.
Of course it is.
Hold on. Who's Chestnut? You don't mean that hottie the investigator was talking about, right?
Yeah! Chestnut is a good girl. Ever since I met Chestnut, she's never harmed anyone from outside the Hollow. More than once, she quietly led me to injured investigators so I could help them. This one time, right around here, my carrot stopped working. Chestnut just happened to stroll by and guided me out.
You mean a hottie is working as a rescue dog in the Hollow? That's even wilder than the research you mentioned earlier.
There's other reasons, of course, but I trust Chestnut. She's always been gentle and kind. What's strange is, the last few times I saw her, I kept feeling like someone was tagging her, tracking her. Just like that guy from earlier.
By the way, I've never heard this theme playing in the background before, but it is going in.
A kind and gentle ethereal. I need a second to process it. Those other reasons must be really important.
It's a long story. Let's talk about it when we get back. Ugh. And thanks to that weirdo earlier, I didn't even get the chance to give Chestnut the toy I picked out. Let's look around a bit more. Maybe she's still nearby. I think Chestnut went that way. Let's go take a look. Yeah. My turn! Don't look down on me! Station lightning strike! Pretty, right? Thration strike! Like a shadow!
A little reward. The next page is the ending!
Station lightning strike! Faithful companion! Hear my call! Pretty, right?
How about I smash it?
Bring on the fireworks!
Let me help you chill out.
My turn! Research shockwave! Thanatos storm! Chestnut, I know you're there! You didn't hide your tail properly!
She understood that?
Of course! She always understood me. Aw, you don't like it?
Although this is the closest Chestnut has ever gotten to me, it seems like she's not in the mood to play with me just yet. Should we head back? Yeah, why not? Yeah, because of me or because of Chestnut. But I think I know what you want to ask. Let's talk about it once we get out of here.
Count on me.
We leave the hollow with Lucia and return to Saloon Bay. What a shame. You mean Chestnut?
Aww. Chestnut still wouldn't take my gift. Do you think that investigator spooked her? Maybe that's why she's being extra cautious today.
Yeah. By the way, how did you meet Chestnut?
Well, it has something to do with the night horror legend from my tribe. Long story short, Chestnut is a gift the night horror sent me in a dream.
I think I remember you mentioning the night horror, but you never said it sent you a gift. Can you tell me more about it?
You already know I'm one of the night watchers out on the fringes of New Eridu. We rest during the day, and we're active at night. The stories say that long ago, our ancestors fought a powerful ethereal. The battle lasted for days, and just before it fell, it released a final surge of power. Ever since then, it's haunted our dreams. Sometimes, when our people fall asleep at night, they dream of the night horror. And in their sleep, they walk straight into the hollow, drawn to its call. Just before the ether consumes them, before they become ethereals, they regain clarity for just a fleeting moment. Over time, we've come to realize that the more people who fall asleep, the stronger it becomes.
What a terrifying curse. Is there anything you can do to break it?
No. That's why we moved to the outskirts of the city and stopped sleeping at night altogether. If we must rest, someone always stays awake to keep watch. The strange thing is, the night horror left more than just a curse. In the hollows, ethereals don't attack us. They see us like we're one of them. And this staff, it's the only weapon left from when our ancestors fought the night horror. It lets me mimic ethereal abilities. The chieftain said I was the most gifted of the younger generation, or something like that. I'm still not sure what made him decide that, but he gave this staff to me.
Wait, Lucia. You said the Night Watchers walk into the hollow in their sleep if they dream about the night horror. Have you ever dreamed of it before?
No, but I came really close once. It was a night not long ago. Granny was keeping watch for me. She was telling me stories of the night horror, how it's both feared and revered by our people. She even described the night horror she saw in her dreams. Just like everyone else said, a stunningly beautiful ethereal, almost godlike. That night, I dreamed of the night horror's gaze. It was looking at me. And in front of me, there was a little hottie. It looked tired, like it had been through a big fight. We stared at each other, like survivors meeting after a disaster, still cautious, still on edge. Not long after that dream, I met Chestnut right where the dream had guided me. She didn't seem eager to be friends, but she wasn't hostile either. And she treated the other outsiders kindly too. That's why I've always believed Chestnut is a gift. A little dog sent by the night horror.
So the night horror was just being nice? But why?
I don't know. But I think Chestnut is such a good girl. If we can get along, maybe the conflict we saw in the dreams won't come true after all. And what if the night horror is just like Chestnut? What if we could communicate with it? Then maybe everything our people have endured could finally come to an end. Sounds silly, doesn't it?
Not at all. I get what you mean, Lucia. We still know so little about the Hollow. I think your thoughts are worth exploring.
Even among my own people, no one really believes me. Except for Ade and Granny.
Lucia glances out the window. The night sky is beginning to fade, just a faint shimmer of dawn on the horizon. Can't believe it's already this late. Better make most of it now. You grabbing some breakfast? You going back to sleep? Nope. I finally got away from home, and there's no one to tell me what to do. So, it's time to stir up some trouble. Today I'm gonna pull an all-morninger. No one has ever said that. Yeah, haven't you heard? Staying up early in the morning can really mess with your health. I used to think it was just something only night watchers had to deal with. But later I found out that whether on the outer ring or the Waifei Peninsula, everyone looked just as lost and lifeless in the morning. People sleeping standing up in the cable car, some stumbling into Bangbu's charging stations with their eyes barely open, others drifting into herbal tea shops asking for coffee. Clearly they all taking damage from pulling those early morning hours. Actually, it's because they stayed up all night. Really? But they just need to get some sleep in the morning, like Grandma told me. Besides, I clearly remember, Vice, when you wake up early, you also... Wait, we're getting off track. It's actually about Chestnut. I heard that people often take morning walks with their pets along the beach in Saloon Bay. Should we go check it out? I want to learn, how do others get animals to like them? I mean, now that you think about it, she is kind of a beastmaster. So yeah, this checks out. Yeah, it was about time we had one in this game, right?
Yahoo! See? I am the you could take.
Man, if you need...
Looking for it. Is it work? How about a little late night adventure?
Listen, I really haven't done enough research on how she fights. Because there is something about her special that is really throwing me off. Symphony of the Reaper, Storm, the special attack is a whim. When in combat, not in dream state, Lucia gains 24 dream state with a whim. Symphony of the Reaper, Daybreak with enough energy, activate. It summons the ethereal. It summons an ethereal figure that delivers a powerful forward slash in a line. Okay, what does her finish do? Lucia gains 40 dream points for her chain attack. Alright. Decibel radiance at maximum for ultimate the harmony. Lucia summons an ethereal figure that rides at forward charge. Holding a directional button allows her to steer and extend the charge. There we go! Okay, I felt like I was missing something. Up to 3 seconds during the charge, anti-interrupt level. Lucia dance taking time. When Lucia takes fatal damage, she remains in battle with HP not dropping below. Whoa. Okay. When the charge ends, Lucia unleashes a powerful strike in a large area around her, dealing ethereal damage. The quick assist is triggered when the skill hits. Yep, I've noticed that. So that convergence. Currently active character gains HP regeneration equal to 1.4% if Lucia's max HP per second. Okay. Yeah, so there's a lot more to it than the game ever explained. If not in dream state, Lucia gains 100 dream points upon using this harmony. If she's in the dream state when activating this harmony, she will gain 100 dream points and re-enter dream state. The next time she exited, this effect cannot be stacked. Okay. So it's a lot better to do this when she's not in dream state. Okay. Alright, gotcha.
How about a little late night adventure? I
Yes,
promise you'll love it.
that has to be red. Because most of the time I'm just popping it just because she has it. And I was like, no, there's got to be more to it. Man with a bird on his shoulder. Wow. Want to say hi to her? Hey there, little birdie. Chirp, chirp. So cute. It's rare to see a bird willing to perch so docilely on someone's shoulder. She's really friendly with people. If only my dog will rely on me like that. Hmm? There may be a chance she's just being lazy. Excuse me. Not wanting to flap her own wings. She just wants to use me as a personal ride. Chirp. Little bird pecks on the man's ear hard. After the man begs for mercy, the bird gently nuzzles her beak against the side of his face. Wow, you two are really close. I get it. Animals can be moody sometimes. As humans, we need to be good at having patience, but also seize the right moment to create opportunities for communication. Yeah, let's go with that. I trust she won't hurt me, and she trusts I won't hurt her. Everything else is minor. Though, honestly, this one did hurt quite a bit. How? Chirp. Yeah, I get it. I trust that Chestnut won't hurt me, so next time she ignores me again, I'll say something to make her angry. When she gets mad enough to bite me, I'll apologize. No, don't do that. No worries. Everything else is minor. Chirp, chirp. Exactly. It's just a little dog. What trouble could your chestnut possibly get into? Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Little dog, you see. Dejected girl. Hello? Good morning? Bad morning, unfortunately. Woof. Woof, woof, woof. Woof. Alright, got it. So what do you want me to do now? The cocky-little dog barks loudly a few more times, mixed with some impatient sneezes. Then he lifts his head, and turns around, clearly a sign that he wants to leave. The girl walking him leaves. God damn. Girl walking with him heaves a heavy sigh and turns to ask Lucia. Sorry, what were you trying to say just now? I wanted to ask how you and your dog usually get along. Oh, it's simple. He screams at me. I obey. If I don't obey, he screams, and then I obey. He always manages to cause even bigger trouble. And all I have to do is follow his bark and call. We are a heartless tyrant with endless energy and his poor slave. That's pretty much it. Oh. Of course, I've thought about doing something about it. Like starting a grand rebellion, grabbing him and jumping into the sea. Ending it all once and for all. But then I thought, I'm not even as good as a swimmer as he is. What if he swims back to shore and tricks someone else with that innocent act of his? Wouldn't I just be letting another poor soul fall victim? Compared to him, Chestnut is actually pretty friendly. Who says puppies aren't as fierce as ethereals? Suddenly a strange smile creeps across the girl's face, as if remembering something exciting. But hey, humans live longer than dogs. 10 years when he gets old and has no energy left to bark and scream. And can't drag the whole table around the room just because he's leashed to it. He won't be able to torture me anymore. When the time comes, we'll live together in love and perfect harmony. The tyrant is clearly displeased with this and runs away screaming, probably not wanting it to trick any other poor innocent human. The girl rushes after it without even managing to say goodbye. This sample doesn't seem very helpful. All I learned is maybe I could chase after Chestnut until she's all tuckered out, then stuff the pillow into her mouth. Lucia scribbles in her notebook, but ends up tearing out the whole page in the end. Yeah, that perception is a little toxic, but it's not all wrong. Hey, lassie, what's up? Hi, sir. Are you taking your turtle for a walk? The composed turtle raises his head slightly, nodding gently in acknowledgement. That's right. Old buddy here is my grandfather's. Yep. Oh, hold up. That's right. Old buddy here was my grandfather's good friend. He passed it down to my dad, and my dad passed it down to me. Technically, I should call it... You know what? Let's not get into that. Grandfather's good friend? Lucia counted on her fingers, trying to figure out the generational relationship between the two elderly folks. Many years ago, when I first got it from my dad, I was still young. Back then, I found it too lazy and slow, so I just kept it in the water tank. It seems to know I looked down on it, so it gave me a cold shoulder, too. But over these past few years, I've grown old and can't walk much anymore. It forgave me for neglecting it before. Now it's willing to keep me company when I go out for soak up some sun. That's nice. I wish I could have a quiet moment with my dog too, but I don't think she likes getting too close to me. Take it easy, young one. When words fail us, we can still speak through actions. Simply keep communicating with them. They'll eventually understand. Right, Kiba? Right? Kiba's taking a bath right now, so he's ignoring me. So that's how you interact with animals. I still got a lot to learn. But I feel like Chestnut is also trying to get closer to me. Though she didn't accept my gift, she wasn't completely indifferent. Today was the closest she's ever gotten to me. But how do I gain her trust? How about try to keep believing in her? So you mean, even though I saw Chestnut being hostile to that investigator tonight, I still give her the pillow? So Chestnut is willing to get close because she thought I believed she was a good ethereal? Yeah, that makes sense. It didn't make sense to me. Just like what Gramps said earlier, Chestnut understood me. Yeah, but that investigator, Chestnut was really unfriendly with him. Totally different from how I've seen her treat others before, and how she treats both of us. I like to believe that Chestnut made her own judgment after observing him. Though I don't yet know the reason. As an ethereal, Chestnut's being so friendly is already a miracle that defies nature and goes against instinct. I don't want to let her down. Probably because it's her own usual bedtime. Lucia seems pretty sleepy already. Yeah, I know the feeling. Looks like you're getting sleepy. Go get some rest now. Alright. Tonight's Hollow Bedtime Tales ends here. Even for a planned all-morninger, this has gone on way too long. I need to get out of here before the Night Emissary's magic wears off. I'll come find you when there's any new developments. Alright, cool. Like a princess from a fairy tale who must leave when the time runs out, Lucia waves goodbye, pulls up her hood, and gracefully vanishes into the crowd. Yeah, part 2. Begin. There's no fixed bedtime at home. You just need to remember to turn off Belle's lamp. But tonight, a familiar visitor will be dropping by. Lucia sent a message, but didn't explain what's going on. I'll ask her when she gets here. Though, I bet Belle will stay up super late once I leave. As promised, your midnight visitor arrives in the dead of night once again.
Wise!
Oh, that's not a good tone.
What happened? Don't panic. Take your time and tell me slowly.
It's the Night Horror! There's word in my tribe that the Night Horror has returned! Our old chieftain. He sleepwalked into Lemnian Hollow, and no one's seen him since.
What? Was it an accident?
Lucia falls silent for a moment, still trying to gather her thoughts.
A few days ago, some people came to speak with the chieftain. They asked if any night watchers would volunteer to sleep at night so they could follow the sleepwalkers into the hollow and find the Night Horror. They promised they only wanted to learn more about the Night Horror's powers, and if anything went wrong, they'd wake us right away. But for everyone's safety, the chieftain said no. Not long after, people overheard the chieftain arguing with someone loudly.
Yeah, that does sound very oddly convenient, doesn't it?
That sounds suspicious. Maybe those people got turned down and decided to get back at the chieftain.
That's what
You
I'm
know,
thinking.
by somehow getting him to sleepwalk?
But they left right after they spoke with the chieftain. No one saw them return or sneak into the tribe. It looked like the chieftain just began sleepwalking because of the night horror. And following the fate of all night watchers, returned to the Hollow's embrace.
This whole thing doesn't feel right.
I've been carrying the staff he gave me, and I still remember his words. Maybe all night watchers will eventually embrace their fate, sleepwalking back into the Hollow and becoming one of the ethereals. But until that day comes, we live as people. We live our lives to the fullest. So if anyone took away the chance of him living his life to the fullest, even if it was the night horror itself, I need to know why.
Okay, now that I understand Lucia a little bit better, since I read her description of her skills, this should go a little bit better. Right? This is the spot I was told about earlier. But this area, why does it look so familiar? You've been here before? I think so. Let me think. Here. It seems to be near a path Chestnut often takes. I've run into her here a few times before. Weird. Is it really just a coincidence? Anyway, let's search around for any traces the chieftain might have left. Whoa, whoa, wow, game. That was a weird second. I'm surprised she wasn't T-posing. Oh yeah, we're just back in Aerospace Hollow. Okay.
A crossroads. I see marks by the roadside. Let's check them out.
Thankfully, there were these plants that haven't been corrupted yet. Oh, this fluffy, dense moss around here. It will take at least a month to grow this to this thickness and height. There's no sign of broken or trampling branches on any of these plants either. There's definitely been no one in that veiny area. Viney. Oh, veiny and viney are two totally different things. They're covered in tiny thorns. No ways anyone will be able to get through there safely. I know so much about hollow botany. This isn't the right way. Let's go look elsewhere. Lucia carefully examines the footprints in the ground. Hard to believe we almost missed such obvious clues. Should be this way. Don't you want to take another look? You sure it's the chieftains? Well, to be optimistic, I think these look like footprints left by members of the Night Watcher tribe searching for the chieftain after he went sleepwalking and disappeared. Besides, this area is usually deserted. Yet, there are multiple sets of footprints, all fresh and undisturbed by ethereals. Even if it wasn't about the chieftain, we should still check it out. Okay, so we can't even check the... Oh, no, we can. I've taken a look. There are indents from fiery serpent explosions, footprints left by Huskron's imprints from Barbody's great shield, and marks curved in Archivore set down his legs nearby. Are you speaking English? But no signs of humans. No neatly dressed investigators, no barefoot hollow raiders, and certainly no shoe-wearing ethereals. Nothing. How can you tell all that? Well, I believe you. Yeah, let's check out another spot. Okay, so she was naming off ethereals, and I just didn't know how to pinpoint them. I've never looked at names for ethereals that often.
The ethereals seem kind of riled up today.
How could you even tell that?
See the glow around their cores? It's shifting fast. Much faster. About 20% quicker than usual.
Really?
Okay, still got hit. Amazing.
Thanatos Storm! Strawberry, this one's mine.
You know what? I am quite happy that I can use Thanatos against the enemies instead of fighting it all the time. Oh, what the hell are you?
Ah, it's a hater.
You know this ethereal, Lucia? Tell me. Chieftain.
No, not like that. But if the chieftain had turned into an ethereal, he would be a far stronger one than this.
As expected of the chieftain, I guess.
High-rank ethereals never get along. So if one is flexing its muscle here, it might actually be good news for us.
I'm not following what you just said, but if you're calling it good news, it's good news.
Yep. But first we need to deal with this little troublemaker. It's being a menace.
I'm right behind you.
Get off my ass, man.
Wanna play a game? A little reward. That's as far as you go.
It's up to you, Parker.
Now, little cuties.
Oh, they feel like it's really popping off this time, huh?
Yeah. Bring on the fireworks!
Oh, I got an achievement. I just had a feeling he was going to do something like that.
How about I smash it?
I don't think I can wait! It's recovered!
Oh, that's not good.
There! An explosive opening!
There we go. Lucio walks around the area and finds a few markers which seem to put her more at ease. I hate to break it to you, but that ethereal we just saw was definitely a hater. That's two on the nose. They are all Exaltus priests before turning into ethereals. Ooh. That's not a good sign. From what I know, making haters requires some prep work, so to speak. It's the Exaltus exclusive cheese made with unique techniques and extra long fermentation. Sorry, I suddenly lost my appetite for cheese too. Let's talk about something more cheerful. People who came to rescue the chieftain left a mark. It means something like it's all right now, and everyone's gone back. But something seems off around here. Better get out quick. That sure is some efficient mark. I didn't even notice there was a mark. Sometimes night watchers encounter more troublesome situations in the Hollows. To let our kin know about our predicament, we've established a unique and comprehensive system of markers. The message left behind this time, it matches what I felt. So, should we head out now? Hold up. I got this feeling that something's making the ethereals around here restless. Look carefully. You might find something good. I haven't seen Chestnut today. Ugh. What I mean is, since the chieftain is fine, we should continue our previous research until we can get new information. If I remember correctly, there should be an ethereal around here that'll be perfect for research. That would be Chestnut, right? You just want to play with Chestnut, huh? Yep!
Don't worry.
Lucia keeps scanning the surroundings, wondering why ethereals are acting so strangely.
No other clues nearby, huh?
I'm sure that was a good sound.
What was that?
Huh? Chestnut? Did you come looking for me to hang out? Oh, you mean you want us to follow you? Come on, let's follow her.
Shouldn't we look around first?
Let's go! We've entered the Hollow so many times, but this is the first time we've had a tour service!
Oh, she's way too
Watch out for
excited.
ethereals, Lucia. No, I didn't mean Chestnut.
Emergency! Excuse me, coming through. Sorry, pardon me, coming through. Sorry! Whew, looks like everyone's in a rush today.
Who would have thought I'd hit today's step goal inside the hollow?
I did.
Chestnut, what is it you're leading me to?
Don't tell me this is all because another ethereal tore up her pillow. Have we finally made it?
Come on,
Wait,
Weiss. You're
that's-
embarrassing yourself, bro.
Kieran? And what's that beside him?
Before Lucia could wake Karen, more excited ethereals came swarming in, and Chestnut seems to want to join the fight. Chestnut! Huh? Am I dreaming? A hottie helping us fight against other ethereals? Yeah? Watch out, Chestnut! Here I come!
Starlight Shine, break the dawn! Thanatos Storm! Yeah. There's There's Favor! Like a shadow!
Leave this part to me. The ending's already written.
It takes time. It takes some time to wake up Lucia's fellow Night Watcher.
Kieran? Kieran! Are you okay?
Lucia? What are you doing here?
I heard about the chieftain. I came here to see if there were any clues. What about you? Did you also sleepwalk into this hollow?
I don't really remember. I asked a friend to keep watch for me, but somehow I still ended up sleepwalking. Before you guys woke me up, I had no idea I was here.
That friend of yours, can he be trusted?
I don't know. I saw him as a friend. But maybe he didn't see me the same way. He's always in an investigator outfit. Last time I ran into trouble in the Hollow, he was the one who saved me. Lucia knows. When things go south in the Hollow, we Night Watchers are always the first ones to be abandoned. It's rare for anyone to turn back for us.
What? Why? People treat you like that just because ethereals don't try to attack you?
Mm-hmm. Especially when the ethereals come swarming, it really becomes apparent that we're Night Watchers. But then again, I guess it's not always intentional. Sometimes people genuinely can't tell. In the chaos, a night watcher in a helmet doesn't look that different from a frenzied maniac or a vicious striker.
That's crazy. But the way you said it was kind of funny. Sorry.
In dangerous situations, people tend to turn on anyone they see as different. When panic hits, those so-called teammates usually choose to abandon us first. And they always say things like, "You'll be fine. The ethereals won't attack you. Just hide here. We'll come back for you when we can."
Most of the time, no one comes back for us.
That's why, after that guy saved me, I really thought he was a true friend.
I understand what you mean. But has he been acting strange lately?
Strange. Well, lately, he's been asking a lot about the night horror. And really digging into things like how we communicate with ethereals. Does that count?
Yes.
Communicate with ethereals?
Yeah. He saw me trip over a beholder engine once. It just looked at me and left me alone. Didn't attack me or anything. After that, he got it into his head that Night Watchers must be able to communicate with ethereals. It has the power to calm them down. By the way, speaking of calming and communicating with ethereals, isn't that your specialty, Lucia?
Kyrian points at Lucia's notebook and staff, looking confused.
You mean those ethereals I summoned? Oh, that wasn't me controlling them. That was just an optical delusion. I layered some visual effects on top of simulated ethereal attack patterns, so it looks like they're there, but it's all just an illusion.
So those attacks really aren't happening. What are you, a Demon Slayer character?
I see. But what about this thing?
Kyrian, all confused, points at Chestnut, who is crouching quietly nearby.
Oh, that's Chestnut.
This ethereal's been sitting there quietly this whole time. I thought maybe it could understand us. Wait, is it one of your illusions too?
Ah, yes, totally. When sitting still, she doesn't use much ether, so she looks really well behaved. But if you try to make her do something, she can be a little slow.
Lucia waves her staff at Chestnut, pretending to cast some kind of magic. Chestnut instantly starts wagging her tail and puts on a show. Why is Lucia reacting like that?
This illusion isn't doing very well. I'll have to practice more later. Aw, I was gonna ask her to do something else too.
Oh, I see. This ethereal looks insanely real. I've seen some of your illusions before, but this one... Seems like you've improved your skills again. Congrats.
I guess so. Thanks.
But even with the staff passed down in our tribe, you still can't really control ethereals. Does that mean what the guy's after? Controlling or communicating with ethereals was never actually possible in the first place?
Okay, so I don't want to hit the nail on the head too hard and make a metaphor that is too on the nose because of their ears and the horns and stuff. But is she a black sheep among black sheeps? That's kind of crazy, don't you think? I guess it's not completely impossible. I've heard of something like that, actually.
Manipulating the ether environments to control ethereal behavior isn't totally far-fetched. Take Geppetto from Hollow Zero.
Yep.
It could even command other ethereals to launch ambushes.
Yep.
But I doubt this strange device here could pull off anything close to what Geppetto could do.
If we're talking about massive symbiotic ethereals like Geppetto, then yeah, it could definitely manipulate the ether environment in a large area. But feel like we don't really need something that extreme to influence ethereal behavior. If we just want to change how ethereals behave, then maybe suppressing or stimulating their ether activity levels could do the trick.
As expected from our ethereal expert. Have you seen anything like that before?
No, but the ethereals we encountered earlier were unusually agitated, as if they'd been provoked by something. Do you think it could be because of this device? And don't forget the chieftain's disappearance. What if someone's using the Night Watcher's abilities to try and communicate with ethereals, or to test how much they can control them?
Are you saying that someone's been experimenting on us?
Yep.
Using our ability to sleepwalk our lives? For research?
This won't be
That's
the first
right.
time.
They probably want to exploit the Night Watcher's abilities to locate the Night Horror and research how to communicate with ethereals.
This theory actually lines up with how we've been treated during Hollow joint operations.
But it's just a theory for now. We shouldn't jump to conclusions. We need more leads, like figuring out what this strange device actually does.
Okay, I'll keep you posted on what's going on back in the tribe.
With that promise, Kyrian takes his lead.
Weird little thing. Wise! Come take a look at this thing!
This device looks like some kind of ether amplifier. If I'm not mistaken, the way it channels ether is somewhat similar to my staff. Was that ethereal just now an illusion? Then that will make it super special. Of course not. Those were real ethereals just now. Even more agitated than usual. Lucia glances in the direction of Kyrian went. Actually, my staff can indeed influence the behavior of ethereals. Influence how? Since my staff can knead ether into a ball and it occasionally emits an intense light like the core of an ethereal, blinding those ethereals that still have vision. If the ethereal isn't nice to me, I'll catch it off guard and bonk it on the head. Okay, you were really getting into the details of it in a scientific like theory type way, but then you just broke it down to bonk it on the head. Just kidding. I noticed I've been kind of out of it. Lost in thought one minute, nervous and talking nonsense the next. Feeling better now? Let's talk about this machine first. Looks like it's what's making the ethereals around here so restless. The chieftain's sleepwalk and Kieran's blackout, they're probably connected to whoever put this thing here. But who could have done this? The person behind it all. Did they also know about this stab passed down from my ancestors? Wait, looks like more ethereals are coming. You and Lucia turn towards the source of the sound. A familiar figure comes into view. Chestnut is back and brought along the cushion from before.
Chestnut? Wow, you like this pillow, don't ya? Thanks so much for today. Will you come play with me again next time? Yes, she'll come too. It's a promise then.
Huh? You mean me? Nice to meet you, Chestnut.
At Chestnut's enthusiastic invitation, you pet its head and tail. By the way, in the format of this game, this is surreal. It's just as hard as you imagined. And wow, okay, after you and Lucia spent kind of while playing with Chestnut, you reluctantly say goodbye and return to the Falum Heights. Yeah, in the format of this game, that was a surreal moment. Like if Wise told Belle right now, "Oh yeah, I was hanging out with Lucia. And she has a pet ethereal dog, and I got to pet it." I'm sorry, what? Dawn approaches. It's about time for Lucia to leaves. But she seems to be deep in thought about something. What's on your mind?
Oh, it's nothing. I was just wondering why the chieftain chose to give me the staff. If a family in Eridu had been holding on to a secret weapon, you'd expect it to go to someone powerful. Someone who could last the longest in the Hollow. Or someone who's best at taking down ethereals, right? Not that the Night Watchers believe whoever slays the most ethereals is the strongest, but I don't exactly have any other qualities that stand out.
Your knowledge of the Hollow is on another level.
But you really know the Hollow. This staff marks the first time the Night Watchers truly connected with the Hollow. Giving it to the person who understands the Hollow best totally makes sense.
That does make a lot of sense. Actually, I've always had doubts about the true purpose of this staff. For decades, our chieftains have used it to fend off ethereals and protect our people from Hollow disasters. But for me, defeating ethereals was never the goal. I wanted to understand them. Even among the Night Watchers, some say I've strayed too far from tradition.
By the way, the makeup and the origin of the staff sounds actually insane. Now, what if somebody in past saw this staff and said, "Hey, yo, let's replicate the makeup of that staff in a bigger capacity"? Could that be Hollow Zero?
Right. You've always had a special interest in ethereals. I don't think I've asked before, but what made you want to study them in the first place?
Ethereals. Some are born from the Hollow itself. Some are the continuation of life in the Hollow. Some of them feel like projections of who we are in the Hollow. Others are quite literally the people we once knew. I keep wondering, when someone is corrupted and becomes an ethereal, when they lose their sanity and identity in the Hollow, is there really no way to bring them back? If we see the Hollow as our enemy, then it's nearly invincible. No matter how strong you are, I don't think anyone can wipe out every last Hollow. But if one day we could uncover all the secrets of the ethereals, or if the Hollow itself could answer us, then maybe there's still a chance to bring our lost loved ones home. We can't change what's already happened, but maybe we can still move toward a future where we no longer have to live in fear of the Hollow.
To put it in thought, the first time I saw the Exaltus, I said the same exact thing. What if that kind of thought is a real thing? Maybe getting rid of the Hollows isn't the answer. Making them feasible to live in? The Exaltus are onto something with that one.
Honestly, I don't know. Lucia, those are some big questions. But maybe the old chieftain gave you that staff because he believes in your search for the truth.
Is that so?
Lucia may have said a lot of confusing things, but she doesn't seem too bothered herself.
Well, there's no way the two of us can figure everything out just by thinking. Let's not stress ourselves out. Phew. So much has happened tonight. I'm exhausted. I should head home and get some rest. But I'm sure we can find out more about the chieftain and Kieran. Once I hear something new, I'll let you know.
Maybe it's because both the chieftain and Kieran are safe. Lucia hums a cheerful tune as she walks away. Do we really know that the chieftain's safe? I don't remember that happening. It's hard to believe that I've touched an ethereal, a friendly one that invited me to pet it. Wow, that's what I'm saying. Like, try to tell this to your sister. Tell this to your twin sister, please. Following Lucia's always led to fascinating experiences. I wonder what will happen next time. But I'm really sleepy. I should get breakfast for Belle first. What if she went to bed early last night and wakes up early today? Yeah, because the way Lucia talks about her staff, she makes it sound like the ancients made it and it's pretty organic. So if that's organic, and that is channeling the same energy that's flowing through the hollows, that definitely means that the hollows are just man-made, bigger versions of this, and someone saw that and was just like, you know what? That ether energy is pretty cool. What if we can channel that, replicate that, make it bigger, make it a feasible source of energy instead of, oil, fossil fuels, solar energy, stuff like that. And oops, Hollow Zero, it didn't work out. Or did it? I'm just winding up theory right now. I'm just weaving theories, alright? It's just hypothesis and such. Because let's be honest, the writers can take the story whichever way they want, and it will make sense because hollows and etheric energy is such a chaotic entity anyway. So, just saying.